Now they face Sporting in the Champions League quarter-finals. Despite their hopes of a quadruple going up in smoke, Mikel Arteta insists that they are not panicking.
Today, it's the first time we've had back-to-back losses this season. So what signs have you seen from the players since then that it's not going to turn into a slump in form?
Well, have some perspective how difficult it is what we've done up to now, and then feel that pain, feel that emotion, and use it to be better and to improve. So we were very clear in what happened, the reason why it happened. Watching the game two times, we didn't deserve to lose that match, but this is football, and we get punished for things that are related to our identity, and that's the things that we need to defend in the strongest possible way, because that's the reason that we are where we are today.
Because of those last two results, does it bring an extra importance to this game? It was a big game anyway, but does it add anything else?
I think that doesn't change it. I mean, regardless, we would have won the game. This is the finals of the Champions League. It doesn't get much better than that, and we worked so hard throughout the season to be in this position in the competition. We're going to play an opponent here that we know about their records and what they've done. So hungrier than ever, very excited, and very, very motivated for tomorrow's game.
And can I just check in about a couple of players, please? Gabriel, is he fit and available?
Yes.
Declan Rice?
Yes.
Leandro Trossard? And then Bukayo Saka and Jurriën Timber, I don't think they trained today. So
they're having trouble. They're not ready yet. Let's see. Hopefully they're going to be ready for the weekend if everything goes well. And that's a massive boost, because in recent days we lost so many important players, and that's something that we need to change immediately.
Thanks. We'll go to John Cross from the Mirror.
Hi.
It's a hell of a week coming up, isn't it? And you talked about the players being hungrier than ever. How does that manifest itself? Do you see the determination in this group? What makes the qualities and spirit within this group so special?
A lot of things, the way they communicate, the way they express their feelings, the conversation that obviously we had after that match, and because I know what it means to them, and I know how much they want it, and is now the moment to show it, and we have to do it on that green tomorrow at the highest level.
When you see the mentality and spirit being questioned a little bit, more mentality than spirit, but does that fire up the players, do you think? Do you always see a response? You certainly have, early in the season.
That's in football, the first game of the season. That's going to be questioned. Is, okay, what about Arsenal this season? And it's been like this for the last 9 months, and that's going to continue. That's never going to change when you play at this level for this club. That's always going to be a question mark, and that's it. You have to live the present. You have to deliver it every day. You cannot pick the games. You cannot pick the moments or the actions. It's every action, every game, every moment, and that's the standards that we set, and that's part of identity, and it's part of this football club.
Dharmesh from Sky.
Hi there, Mikel.
Hi.
Hi. Victor obviously is coming back to his former club. He could get an interesting reception from the home fans. How is he? Does he seem phased, and is he embracing what could be a testing atmosphere?
I think he's very excited. Obviously, he's full of gratitude for his time here. The way he talks about the club, the players, the staff, everybody around the club, the experience that he had, how important that part of his journey sporting has been. And and now he's Arsenal. He's the quarterfinals of the Champions League. He's never played at this level in the competition, and obviously you can imagine what it means to him.
After what he did with Sweden in the international break, he obviously came back. He scored at the weekend as well. Have you noticed a different Victor Gyökeres, maybe a more confident Victor Gyökeres?
I mean, those are experiences that you put in your veins, I would say, and it doesn't get much better than putting your country into a World Cup with a goal that you scored. So that's still there, and that's going to be there for the rest of his career, like all the moments that he's here, the moments that he's creating for us. And that's the story that he's creating, and hopefully tomorrow he's going to show another very good side of him.
Just final one from me. Last season you played Sporting here, beat them 5-1. Since then, what have you made of how they've developed, particularly in this season's Champions League at this stadium?
And before we played them as well. I mean, when you look at what they've done, especially at home, the way they have behaved in this Champions League, the opponents that they have beaten, we know the difficulty of the match. That's why we want it even more.
Tom, Football London.
Hi, Mikel. We've often asked you about the experiences of previous seasons and how they're impacting this one. But can I ask you about the players that have joined this season, like Victor, like Noni, Ebereche, for instance, Martin Zubimendi, and what that experience of not playing in previous seasons and the freshness that they bring to this season and what that gives your team in these late stages of a campaign?
I think it's a very good mixture because we had a really good campaign last year in the Champions League, and we come into this position when we play Real Madrid as well, and we managed to get into the semi-final. So that experience, those feelings are there. Tomorrow is going to be a very different game. We know the difficulty of that, but obviously we know what is at stake and what we have to do.
Sam, Telegraph.
Hi, Mikel.
Hi.
We've spoken a lot this season about emotions and managing that, and we know how much the club and the fans and the players really want that success this season. At this moment, with 2 back-to-back defeats, do you have any concerns about those emotions of the players and panic setting in and the worry and the intensity of it all?
No, I think when you have the opportunity that we have, that has to be taken through excitement, through preparing yourself in the best possible way to focusing on the present, on the things that we have to do. And especially in our identity, very, very clear what is taking us all the way to where we are. And that's where we have to focus.
When you spoke about defending the identity, do you mean tactical things or more sort of philosophical?
Everything. It's not philosophical. There are parts, and an identity is created by behaviors, not with words in the world or with things that I want to achieve. And we have so many facts in the areas that, in our opinion, make us the team and the club that we are.
Phil from PA.
Hi, Mikel. I guess just following on from that and sort of the word panic, how do you ensure that that doesn't creep into the group? Because obviously Arsenal have had such a strong season, but then back-to-back defeats, and obviously you don't want another defeat tomorrow, but it feels it's sort of on the edge of the season a bit. So how do you make sure that panic doesn't creep in?
I think what you have to be is clear. Instead of panic, understand if that happens, why it happened, and bring clarity. And when you analyze that and you accept that, be better. That's it, and that's the thing that we have to do.
Amy, Athletic.
Hi, Mikel.
Hi.
There's a lot of talk about how the players are handling these emotions and pressures. After the 2 defeats, what about you? How do you help yourself to feel positive again? How do you manage those moments so that you can make sure you can help them?
First of all, analyzing what I've done, the decisions that I made, the reason why we lost that, what would I have done different if I had to play that game again or make that selection again or send them certain messages. That's the first thing. And then understand what the players need in this moment and what kind of manager or what kind of message is the best one to perform and to be better the next day. And that's my only focus about me, no, it's about them and try to help. That's my job, and I'm focused on that.
Okay, we'll take 2 more from English media. Simon from The Sun.
Mikel, can I just ask, you spoke a lot about identity, and is that tomorrow night you kind of want to rediscover and show the identity of this team, which for everyone watching is sort of strong defensively, the will to it, and the 2 defeats you had, we haven't seen that Arsenal that got you to this position?
Yeah, there are a few things that we have discussed internally, and hopefully, not hopefully, I am very convinced that tomorrow we're going to see them.
Sam, Daily Mail.
Hi, Mikel.
Hi.
In the training earlier today at London Colney, there was a few clips going around, one involving pens between the players. What was the rationale behind that and your practices today?
I think a training session has to have different elements, and it has to be related to the messages that we sent and the compromises and commitments that we've done between us. And I try to have all those messages and commitments as much as possible in as many situations as possible, and training was one of them.
And what did that mean in particular about the pens? Because it's quite
stays
unusual.
in the dressing room.
Fair enough.
Thank you.
Okay, now we'll go to BR Play Sweden.
Mikel, obviously a lot of focus on Victor here. I was wondering, when did he come under your radar? When did you start noticing him and started to get an interest to sign him?
Well, it's been our radar for years, but the most probably recent moment when we really look at it as one of the top targets, it was around December of last year when we started to really think about, especially with the issue that we had with Kai, what we have to do in our front line. And he became one of the main candidates, and then the main candidate to be part of our club.
It's obviously always start difficult the first season with a new club and a new league. Are you in a place where you thought it would be, or have you hoped for more?
I think it's where he is and how successful the season is going to be for us. And when we analyze his season, is going to be defined in the last 7 or 8 weeks of the season. That's clear.
And now some from Portuguese media.
Yes. Hi, Mikel Arteta, Bárbara Simões Nunes for SIC Portugal. I want to ask you if you've spoken with Victor Gyökeres about Sporting, and for you,